Hi everyone, Doug Tully, Director of Outdoor Adventures again with another tip to get you out on the trails safely. Today we're talking about clothing and footwear and what you want to be safe and happy. Now, most of you probably growing up, whether it be here in Southern California or elsewhere, probably grew up in cotton socks, having a nice hoodie sweatshirt, and maybe some comfy warm sweatpants, which are all great and keep you warm when it is dry. But if you are getting wet, if you're out in the elements, and that doesn't just include rain, obviously that could include stepping in a puddle, a stream, during a stream crossing, getting wet when you don't think you will, or swimming, and even the natural sweating that the body does, which if these cotton socks are in my shoes all day, getting wet with my sweat from my foot, they're gonna get very mashed down, they're gonna get cold, they may start causing blisters, which is no good when you've still got miles to go until you're ready to camp, okay? So, the best thing to do is to get rid of the cotton, because we have an expression in the outdoors that says cotton kills, and try to restock your outdoor gear with synthetic fibers and even natural fibers. Synthetic fibers, your polar fleece, everybody's got one of these from Patagonia or something like that, and they definitely keep you warm and dry. And if this gets wet, it will dry quicker and keep you warm while it's wet. Same thing for socks. They might be wool, they might be acrylic. These are going to be the best $10 you've ever spent in going hiking or backpacking, because again, as your foot sweats, the sock will help wick the moisture away from your foot, preventing as many of the hot spots and blisters as possible, keeping your foot warm and comfortable, and you can set them out, in the sun on a rock or something like that the next day and dry them quickly, and then they will go back to being able to be worn again, whereas the cotton sock will take a lot longer to do that. You might have other natural fibers, Smart Wool, Under Armour, Smart Wool, and what's the other one? The Icebreaker make great wool undergarments and layers and things like that. You might have some down for some very cold weather things. There might be other fibers. This is a camp towel, which again is made out of a synthetic material, so it's not going to absorb the water as much, and it's going to dry quicker for when we're out camping and we need to put it out in the sun and dry it so that we can move on. And you may even find some things that are super, super low tech. A good old-fashioned rain poncho. This thing will fold up into the tiniest little thing, and I can put it in my pack just in case it were to rain or something like that. Even a good old trash bag. If we cut a hole in this for my head and my arms, that can be a raincoat or a rain jacket for my backpack or something like that. Super easy, super low tech, cheap, and highly, highly effective. So when you're thinking about being comfortable outdoors on the hiking trails or backpacking, think about what's going to keep you warm, comfortable, safe. It doesn't have to be fancy $100 Gore-Tex or down, things like that. It can be simple, like a plastic bag. All right, finally, let's talk about footwear. You could have, a high-top boot if you're carrying a heavy load, a backpack of 60 pounds or something like that, and need the extra ankle stability and stability on the trail. These I've worn for years, and they're great for rocky, uneven terrain, and do a fantastic job. You may not need something that heavy duty. I've worn my low top. These are actually trail runners. They've got a nice hard sole so that a rock or something like that won't come in and bruise my foot, but they do a great job on a day hike. If I have a backpack but maybe not a full heavy backpack, I use my trail runners an awful lot. So those will work for you. And then maybe for when you get to camp, then you're maybe going to want just something where you can air out your feet, flip-flops. You may even want just a simple, cheap pair, lightweight. You don't care if they get kind of mashed or even broken or something like that along the way. But get your gear, get your footwear, break it in, test it out so that you know how it performs when you're ready to go outside, because you never know what elements you might get into. All right? Have fun, enjoy the trails out there, be safe. Till next time.